The Kaijus, beast of unprecedented proportions, creatures born too large, too strong, too powerful. Some that are benevolent, others that were just don't know how to react to the world. Kaijus are creatures that just don't know what to do with themselves. So they lash out, attacking other people, attacking things around them, and doing so. It's something that they just do on nature. Humanity tried to play with life more than once. Evidence supports it. But one kaiju always stayed perceived the same in humanity's eyes. Godzilla. This monster appeared. Some people say this monster was born. Some people say it was already here from the very beginning. Some say it's an ancient creature that was laying dormant, but now we awoken it. But it's a mash of all of them. 1940, the 1940s. World War II was just ending. Japan was at the end of the rope. And everything seemed to be going very well. Things are going not so well, and well, everything's going just terrible. Japan is brought, but Japan doesn't know what they've been giving birth to, what the World War created. The United States started testing the power of the atom, its full potential. So they dropped it. Dropped a near place, close enough, and it was called Santo Bravo. It went off of a hitch. Gave us what the U.S. wanted: power. But there's an ancient legend of a creature laying dormant in the earth, and now it was awoken, changed, and mutated more than it thought it was. Gojira. Gojira was used to this stick. How many times he's been reborn? How many times over? Many times. Killed by Japan, killed by saving the planet. He got tired of it, and yet again, this was the most painful out of all of them, because his body was just mutated. Yet again, he got sick of it. He couldn't take it anymore. So a year later, after morphing, changing, adapting, he came to Ginza, Japan, and started to wreck everything. He brought Japan to -1. After doing so, he was, had a conference, or confronted by the military of Japan, trying to stop him. Fireplanes kept him shooting him. He tried doing something about it. He got his face blown off. A bit of his face was blown off. The good old thing. They can attack. He proceeded to roar, try to destroy. Stick. They tried to sink him. I thought by sinking him, they can tear him apart from the inside out for the pressure of the ocean. And that wouldn't work if his regeneration didn't kick in and be so freaking strong. But then, they brought him back up. Trying to shoot one last heat ray. A heat ray, and they blew off his head. And sank to the bottom of the ocean. But unknown to them, this energy would open a rift, taking the whole body of the Gojira, and that missing piece with it too. As that piece would melt itself back to the body, regenerating. and changing into a new form. As his life energy would brought into energy, taking form and whispering into another world. Now, in the world of My Hero, people would say powers are not everything, but that was wrong. They started feeling opening rifts. Things were starting to be noticed. Earthquakes in the past few years. Things are changing. Climate change. Things are very much changing for the people. They don't know it. Then, that's when I saw for the very first time a monster. It rose from the depths. People thought it was an animal changed by a quirk, but it was more than that. It was genetics. It was radiation. It destroyed everything. The early heroes tried their best, but nothing stopped it. It destroyed a good chunk of life. They put it down. They said that it was destroyed, but it came back. Healed yet again. It came back again and again. But then another one came in. It destroyed and more. That's when this was the life. Heroes and villains and monsters. They rank these monsters as kaijus, titans, and different classes of monsters. There's a rank of kaijus, titans, and mutants. Or the next one, just casual, and they rank them all in 4 categories: D, B, C, A, and S. These were simple ranks. D was the weakest ones, where majority of mutant kaijus would be, or mutant monsters. They would be low-level ones that can destroy the house to a small, to multiple houses. Some mutants had attacks that can destroy whole neighborhood blocks. The C to B had powers and strength to destroy whole cities, a small portion of a small village or town. C is most likely. High sea level monsters were just called, well, generally titans, kaijus. They were just called general beast. There weren't any names for them, but some people called them bijus. This wasn't a really official name, but the government was for the name, so bijus it was. And just monsters, and they just destroyed easily this level of power. This is when they went to the category B of kaijus. These are monsters who destroy whole cities. And these cities can be caused and devastated and then just really bad. A to S are just titans. Beasts that can destroy whole countries if they're left alone, and to thrive, and potentially the whole planet. There was only a couple. There's a lot of low-ranking mutant monsters. The mutants came first. They came in and started ravaging the planet. Heroes dealt with those. Then you had the bijus. They were low level, and they were still strong enough but still cause enough havoc for people to be affected. But then you had Kaijus. They popped in, became more stronger, destructive, tail just. Then you had your first Titan. These were colossal, and the first S rank came in. It was a creature none other. 3 heads. And extremely powerful. It just does like on scales all over its body. And its abilities were impressive, to say the least. It terraformed the planet. It was only defeated by other mutants and Bijus and Kaijus that fought. And luckily they sealed it in ice. And humanity decided to also monitor it there. That was the only time that humanity ever had a truce with the monsters in general. That's when they showed these monsters were intelligent. But one boy was born, and it was going to change the scale of things very quickly. Izuku always knew he was different. He didn't know how or why. He just knew he was going to change things. And it was going to be different. Vastly different from what people thought. His mother always said that he was a good boy. And that was true. He was a good kid. But something was off about him. He watched All Might. Normal thing of him. Hero fanboy and everything. But he could start noticing little things, like he would have like the shifts in his attitude. They'll be just there. He'll be more brash at times, a bit bold, and angry. But then he would calm down. He had an eye color change. She noticed that. He was quirkless though, so that freaked her out. He had sharper teeth though, no doubt there. And he stayed the same. She didn't know what was going on with her son, but he seemed just fine. She wondered if he was okay. So the boy got older. He had cuts and bruises here. She tried to help him. He always said he fell. And he started seeing burns, and she knew who was doing it, obviously. She wanted him to come to her, but he didn't. Of course, he wouldn't come to him. Why would he? He doesn't trust her. So in general, she just waited. Hoping that her son would at least, in generality, come to her for help. Nah, she didn't do that. He just did what he wanted. As he grew older, it was just things paused. and everything seemed normal. Izuku's on his way to school. Things are fine. Okay. Now, Lady kicked the frick out of the person, the villain, but still comedy was his spotlight. But, you know, that's the job of heroes, the life. You shouldn't worry about that. Now, as he'll be in class, he would ponder his future. His teacher would proceed to say, like, he knew what they wanted to be. They're all planning on being heroes. Like, who didn't want to be heroes? Simply a bull. Simply, someone will proceed to put their foot on the desk and simply smile, simply saying that they're going to be the number one, the best of all. As he simply stood up on the desk, saying he was number one, greatest of all of them. Bakugo. Did Izuku like him? No. Did he admire him? Yes. He didn't like his attitude. Kaiju needed to change, you know. That's what he could do. Like, he wanted to inspire other people, but he had a way of doing things on his own. Which he would be scared by his brash attitude. But once they found out that Izuku was going to UA, it didn't work. They were very laughing at his face. One said, Midoriya go to UA? He doesn't even have a quirk. He doesn't even work out. That wouldn't even happen. Yeah. Didn't you hear? Remember? He wants to go to UA. How's that supposed to happen? He's quirkless. You might as well just give up. Izuku proceeded to simply say, they took out the part where you don't need to have a quirk to sign up. But before you can continue, boom. He was shoved back into the back of the class. It was being grabbed violently by Bakugo. The two glared at each other. Bakugo was a scowl. Who the hell do you think you are, Deku? Izuku proceeded to panic, saying, nothing, Kacchan. You trying to compete with me, nerd? Trying to steal the spotlight? I'm not trying to compete with you at all. I don't know what you're saying. You think I'm stupid. Oh, no, nerd. Bakugo proceeded to place his hand upon Izuku's chest. I should show you. Alright, Kazuki. No quirk uses in class. As the teacher reprimanded him lightly, Bakugo proceeded to scoff, dropping the boy as he proceeded to continue going to what they were doing earlier. Izuku proceeded, his eyes proceeded to glow a slight orange in color. But then they went back to normal. He scowled, simply wondering, why the frick is this happening to me? He proceeded to rest. What think he could do? Then he felt something change. The whole system, boom, stopped as he changed targets and whoa. As they were all packing up to get out of school, Bakugo proceeded to pin him against the wall as the boy would scowl. Alright, you stupid nerd. Look and see the boy had in his hand. He proceeded to grab it violently from the boy. You're still making these damn stupid notes. I told you should give up. Bakugo was again just a smile, just saying, look at that. He didn't want a mountain lady. How annoying. convenient. They picked it up as proceedable yet again. Hey, look, it's you. As then they peeked. Well, how exciting. Bakugo proceeded to scoff. Damn stalker. He proceeded to look at Deku and say, alright, nerd. As he proceeded to blow up the bullet right in front of Izuku's eyes. The boy's eyes would widen. No. Wait, as he proceeded to throw it over the window. Outside as Izuku proceeded to reach for it, but being violently grabbed. As Bakugo's hand would proceed to be very close to his neck, but lay on his shoulder instead. Now listen here, you little shit. You get 10 feet near you away. You're gonna wish I killed you myself. Alright? Now if you go there, I'll end you. Izuku proceeded to feel the fear. It shook him. Bakugo proceeded to let go. As he proceeded to turn around with his goons, as they would follow behind. And Deku, if you really want a quirk, pray for a quirk in your next life. Jump off the roof of the building. As Bakugo proceeded to leave, the boy's eyes widened. He can't just say that. As he proceeded to sigh and scowl, that's something more better to say to your best friend. He proceeded to walk as proceeding to pick up the notebook. Great. Looking at it, burnt. He proceeded to try to read some of the notes. Fuck me. God damn it. Burnt, but still legible. He proceeded to close the notebook violently, throwing it in his bag. I hate this. I hate. He proceeded to walk home, angrily, pissed. This was not meant to be. Why the fuck was he given this bad hand of life? It was all just drawn up on a chase of luck. No quirk, huh? You couldn't even get a weak one at that? But no, just quirkless. The worst thing that can ever happen to him is the gods. Do they hate him so much to give him this? This is the worst thing ever. He proceeded to go under a bridge. I hate this. They didn't even give me anything. And what I get is this. All this. I'm never gonna be a hero. Not at this rate. Hey, kid, as a murky voice would simply say, you can be my hero. Huh? Turning around to see a shadow as being hit by a force. So the truck as perceiving the struggle as being grasped by something. It was shoving its way down his throat. As seeing it was green muck. Oh, sewage, probably, with a sludge villain. Thanks, kid. I need this body. It'll be useful. I didn't know that freak was in town. Izuku would struggle. Try to do anything. Scratch, peel, poke, scream. Well, kind of hard to scream when your lungs, when your throat is filled with sewage sludge, but he tried. Don't worry, kid. It'll be all over in a minute. You'll be my hero. I'll remember that. I'll take good care of your body. It's going dark. Not helping. Gotta remove him. This is how I'm gonna die. Am I gonna die like this? Oh, die like a pathetic worth? As he remembered the name, one name, Deku. It was just repeating in his mind. Deku, Deku, Deku this, Deku that. And it started to get annoying him. It started to irritate him. I'm not a Deku. I'm not a Deku. I was seeing it go black for a moment, but then he saw something. Two creatures fighting. As one of the creatures being wrapped around by some sort of serpentine-like creature, as the larger mammal dinosaur-like creature proceeded to blast it off, some sort of EMP pulse. As it would end, he proceeded to struggle. His eyes were closing, everything was going black. I'm not dying. As a flash of memory would pass, seeing the creature, that same serpentine-like creature right in front of his face. I'm not dying to you, you goddamn freak. As something within him, deep within his soul, would burn. As spikes like protrusions were ripped from his back. They were white and bony, as with an inner black, like a void, as they would flash white, as flashing white repeatedly, as a vapor like smoke would ooze from his mouth. Get off of me, you stupid sludge ball. What the? Get off, get off, get off, get off, get off! As burning it off of him in an EMP-like pulse that burned through, burning the sludge out of his mouth, of his body in general. His sludge would be burst as Izuku would free himself, breathing heavily as he proceeded to cough violently as now that his throat is free, he can gather air. That's a useful quirk, as the villain proceeds to say. But let's just try this again. As he proceeded to jump forward, and before he can do anything, he heard a droid smash as an unknown force hit harder as knocking the sludgeman splatting, as he simply did a sound of splat. Izuku proceeded to fall unconscious. The lack of oxygen to his lungs, even though he was breathing, wasn't enough. As then, the next moment he felt, someone was quickly slapping his face. Come on, get up, come on. Got no time to waste, kid, come on, up. Stop hitting me. The boy proceeded to open his eyes slowly. Huh? Young man, that was a very risky move in your quirk. I would be more careful next time. Izuku blinked. Quirk? All Might? Then his eyes were widened. All Might? Yes, have no fear because I am here. As the symbol of peace would smile. The symbol of peace, All Might, right in front of me. Izuku would blink. Can I have your art? As proceeded to look at his notebook, as proceeding, you already signed it. This would be an heirloom passed down from generation to generation. He proceeded to look as smiling. Huh? Quirk? What do you mean? All my perceivers say your quirk activated when those spikes came out your back. Roll 3. You released some sort of EMP. Huh? He proceeded to touch his back, but no spikes. What was he talking about?